Hey everyone, just wanted to make a little video really quick. Yesterday I had kind of asked, just for fun, I asked if anyone thought, if any of what designs from the 700 designs that I make back in Michigan, back in the US, which ones should I have Clay, my tile presser, press, and then send them over here? Because I'll be able to, make molds of them here too, and then make them here. I was kind of asking people's opinion. It was supposed to be fun. It was fun for the most part. I don't know what it is about my artwork. There really shouldn't be any of this, but other people's artwork, like the Leland Gal and Cherry Republic, just your typical manufacturers making products. I had a few people give me some ideas. Not a lot. It doesn't matter to me or not how many. But the question. It seems to be a difficult question when it comes to my designs, because it requires people to make a commitment. It requires people to, I guess, tell their feelings. I guess if I was Walt Disney and I was showing my lineup of different characters, and you'd been watching Disney movies for years, you would have a different comfort level than with me producing these tiles. I remember when I made my first 10 tiles, and you show people those tiles, their reaction is different than they are now. Once you become more established, the artist creates a comfort level that the general public feels more comfortable with what it is you're doing because you've been doing it for so long, you're established. At what point do you become established? Good question. It all depends on how you want to sell your artwork. If you want to sell your artwork at wine and cheese parties, or if you want to go to art fairs, or have your own gallery in a village, there's all different ways of selling your tiles, so you're going to appeal to different kinds of people. So I've already been through the whole roller coaster ride of being established in the United States, and you're always working on that. You're always making new tiles, and people are deciding whether or not they like them or not. So it's a whole new ball game when I'm coming over here to Norway doing the same, creating a new branch of my business. So what I wanted to say was, this topic has been brought up before, and it has to do with made in Norway versus my tiles that are designed there in the United States. And the notion of what is made in Norway versus what is made in the United States when it comes to my designs, it's kind of an obscure, convoluted kind of idea of what that really means, and you can philosophize about what it means or not. First of all, someone walking in here that's never been here before, they're not going to have any clue as to whether or not one of my fish tiles was a design from that I designed in the United States or I designed here, unless it's a specific kind of fish, like a bluegill. However, if you go on YouTube or go on eBay and type in Norway and fish art, there's all kinds of abstract fish designs on bowls, on posters. I mean, the artists can do whatever they want to do in terms of making a fish that I make in the United States 10 years ago. It's not going to make, it doesn't change. It's still a piece of artwork that if I press it here and make it here, it's still a piece of artwork. So that's something that's special about what it is I do. Tile making is a special thing because you're recreating these things you've already made. So it really is a special thing, and not very many people do it for various reasons. I'm really big and strong, can press lots of tiles and haul clay, and I made it work. So it's lots of reasons why I could do it and other people can't do it, and I can explain those at another time. But when I make my tiles here in Norway, the tiles are going to say "Made in Norway" on the back of the tile. Several of the tiles will have the Norwegian flag on the front of it. That's not mandatory. That's something special, extra that I was doing. A butterfly that I made in the United States, and a butterfly here. You see monarch butterflies on designs here occasionally. It's not unusual. It's a piece of artwork. Whether or not it's something that's here, it matters to a point, but it doesn't matter in the big scheme of things. So when I mentioned about wanting to have a Norwegian gallery here and a gallery for my American artwork, you know, I guess I need to always. There's certain thing. Let me describe what I'm saying, because it's different. When I say that, the way I say that is some people are gonna think about it differently than what I'm thinking. So I say it in a way in which describes what I'm thinking, but it's not what you hear it as. So for instance, in here might be all my Norwegian tiles, and then I might make a separate room, maybe smaller than that. I don't know exactly what it would be. And then there might be a little sign saying above it saying tiles from the original factory in America, or something that identifies it as being from the original, something that's special about it. See, I know how to make things look special, because it is. I wouldn't make it up. It's special for me to establish maybe the display would be better instead of gallery. I'll have a U.S. display and a Norwegian display. See, I don't like display because it doesn't sound as special as gallery. They could be two separate galleries right here. There could be the Norwegian gallery, and then there could be a smaller gallery with some of my American designs I made in the U.S. So even the designs that I make in the U.S., that I made in the U.S., that I bring here, I'm still going to say made in Norway in the back of it, because I'm going to be getting a mold. I'm going to be getting a tile from a mold, and that tile is basically the original carving. And then I'll probably touch it up with my tools before I make the mold here. So it's going to be its own. It's going to be made here. You know, anything could have happened to those tiles as they come over the ocean. They can get broken. I mean, it's a miracle they make it here. Some of them probably won't make it here. I'll have to probably fiddle around and fix a lot of them. So that's what I mean when I say I want a Norwegian gallery and an American gallery. And I had someone on Facebook who made the comment about how when she's a tourist and she's visiting Norway, she wants to have something that's made in Norway. And I think she's too caught up in what it is I'm doing. And first of all, she's not giving me enough credit, and she doesn't know me well enough to say anything at all. That person was just opening up their big mouth, whether or not she was serious, whether she was just making a point. I know perfectly well what tourists want and things of that nature. There's going to be many things that I make that are very small, trinket types of things that people are going to want to buy that aren't very expensive, that anyone can afford. I know that. I haven't started making those yet because I'm in a different process of production right now. My whole creative process right now is thinking of my main collection. You see, it's going to be the main collection that makes my gallery special. And then there's going to be the little knick-knack stuff, the stuff that people can just, lay a Norwegian 20 crown piece down and buy something with that and walk out. That I'll also have those, the magnets. Pins, I'll make some pins. Small 1x1 tiles, just like the stuff I've had back in the U.S. And they'll have Norway on it. They'll be Norwegian tourist items. So I'm going to have some of those. But you see, I'm going to go above and beyond that. So like right now what I'm making are tiles that are going to be part of the Norwegian collection that I have, that are all designs from here in Norway, that are all hand-painted, that are the finest quality tiles that you can find. So people are going to come in here, and if they turn their nose up at those, and if they turn their nose up at the little trinket Norway items, the generic, the crap that you get everywhere, when you go, the patches that fall apart in a couple weeks, the stickers that you put on your car that fall off, all that crap that you get, the tourist shit, I'm going to have a little of the tourist shit here. And then I'm going to have nice tourist stuff. I'm going to have magnets. I'm going to have very nice Norwegian flag tiles that are small and affordable.